Alrighty. Hey, Collective. It's been a minute. We're back. Um, with the new message. Now, before we begin this message, I have to talk about a dream I had. I gotta pull my phone back out too. So I had a dream last night, and it was another one of the prophetic dreams that I usually get. They've been coming back a lot recently, so we're gonna start talking about them a lot more. But I was in some sort of restaurant. And well, before I even jump into that, let me preface this with this. There's something, some reading, some sort of video, some sort of premonition, vision, prophetic dream, whatever that's about to come true. So in this dream, um, I was in a restaurant and there were these people in this restaurant. I was like watching a video on my phone. I should begin off with that. I was watching a video on my phone, and it involved these people with this jersey of like yellow and green, and they were sitting down and I don't know what they were doing. I think they were playing like a sport or something. I don't remember their exact activity they were doing. I just remember seeing it and thinking it was funny. And I look up from my phone, and there they are. They're sitting. There's like 12 of them. They're sitting at the table in front of me, and I just start dying laughing. I just start laughing my ass off. Like I'm losing it. And I look at my phone and there's subtitles that pop up on my phone on the video and it says Proverbs 9:25. And I make sure I said it right because on my phone. And I was like, okay, that's cool. I'm gonna go tell my friend. Usually in a dream, I have my past people. They're just the spirits, not of flesh. Very friendly dreams I've been getting a lot recently, especially when it comes to when it comes to like prophetic dreams. Excuse me a minute. I gotta do that real quick. Um, but I went there and I was like, yo, dude, check this out. And I show him my phone and the whole thing just disappears, right? Like the whole video disappears, the subtitles aren't there, so I go, what the fuck? I start looking for it again. My friend goes, what are you trying to show me? I say, never mind. So I start looking for it again. And someone from my past that I used to play soccer with comes up and they're like, what are you doing? And I'm like, I'm trying to show my friend something on my phone. It disappeared. It was funny, but it had something to do with Proverbs 9:25. And he looked at me and goes, Proverbs 9:25? I said, yeah, I'll send it to you in a minute when I find it. And he goes away and walks away. So someone else that I haven't played soccer with in years, I'm talking middle school, by the way, pops up. And I'm like, I'm really buddy buddy with them for some reason in the dream. We weren't really, we had like a neutral. We didn't know each other. We didn't necessarily care. We just kind of mind our own business, this kind of thing. But I put my hand on his shoulder. I was like, hey man, I have to send you this photo because it goes to them, right? And he goes, sure, yeah. And he pulls up on his phone. I said, not yet. I need to find that photo first. And I woke up. First thing I did when I woke up, I was like, Proverbs 9:25, word. What does Proverbs 9:25 say? When the whirlwind passes by, the wicked is no more, but the righteous has an everlasting foundation. If y'all know Proverbs, what Proverbs 9 talks about, it's about wisdom and folly. Um, and I use I'm different with the Bible. I use the Bible for different things. Not necessarily like a book of praise for me. It's mainly a guideline of what's going on in the physical for those that know how to read the Bible. That's how I read the Bible. Um, and with the hurricane that we have, that's the whirlwinds that we have just surpassed. And the falling of foundations, we had, I forgot what it was, like 3 weeks ago or something, a bunch of CEOs dropped from a fucking business and started quitting their jobs. um Diddy got arrested. There's a bunch of people who are being released from prison, for who were just talking about the truth as well. There is an overall healing that's going on, literally from our physical to actual Earth. If you haven't noticed, look up Antarctica. There is green in Antarctica. They have a lot of new moss growing there, a lot of new greenery, and as well as we have this new fungi, this new plant that eats oh my god, what is it? What is it called? like Powerhouse, like if nuclear waste and shit. We're getting those plants. We have plants in the ocean that eat plastic now. Y'all should look this shit up because it's happening every day and they're discovering it and they're just showing it out to people. No one's paying attention to it though because everyone's so worried about who they're gonna elect or like fucking the whole Diddy thing, which that whole thing's a prophecy in itself and a bunch and like everyone who's watching it isn't actually realizing they're seeing the start of the fall of Babylon happen before their eyes. And I don't know. It's funny. It's weird watching it from like a stance where you're seeing this shit happen. Because on my Facebook, I have like people on there that aren't in it, and they're all like, "Oh my god, we're gonna die," and everyone's like flipping out. And I'm like, "No, you're like everyone's fine. Like you just mind yourself." Like it's that simple. But the righteous will stand strong. The wickedness is no more. We are healing. Get this. So how I've been talking about the next 2 years is going to be the year of snake. We got all this shit happening. Listen, catch up, tap in. I'm telling you this shit all through videos. I might not say it blunt, but I say it. You know what I mean? I should start seeing it more blunt, but usually I don't until I have like some sort of prophetic dream, and now I'm getting those back. So here we go. We're in it to win it. But yeah, that's what's going on. And the main thing is a lot of rewards are coming. A lot of rewards are coming. Rewards that you feel like you don't even deserve. And even with that, being careful who you tell. It's like, because that friend I had, we went through a lot together. And I was like, oh my God, I'll tell them, right? Don't speak on these blessings when they come in. It's been your downfall since day one. It's not a bad thing to share with people, but the people around you are not shareable. They don't like to share, they hog, and we know this. That's why God brings you people. Um, I talked a little bit about this on the membership video, so I'll talk a little bit about it here because I'm feeling called to. But damn, it just flew out of my head. Yeah, but being careful of who you like. God brings people to you. There we go. I got it out. I had to like really zoom for that. But the divine brings people to you. God, the universe, whoever you want to use, I don't care. It's the same thing. But the divine has to prepare people for you, and then they bring people to you. So you don't have to do anything. You are stationary. You deserve rest because you've done a bunch of shit that people don't do. So what do? They start working on it, and then God goes, "Oh, word, you're working. Come over here. We got someone to help you with it." And then here you are, right? Whatever happens, happens. That's like the mission for a lot of us. Let's just be real. Even if you're not part of this exact collective and you're just watching a video, that's just how it is. Um, but the divine brings people to you. And it's like whenever you go to people, they're not always the best or they're not always tapped in. And it's because you operate from a passive version of yourself that feels the need to include everyone. That's not bad. That's not a bad thing. Don't let my words make you think that that's a bad thing, okay? Because you have that power and I'm telling you right now that's not a bad thing. But not everyone is deserving. Not everyone is righteous. Not everyone um has gratitude. So we have to remember that. Though, yes, it's important to share our gifts and our blessings with people. Yes, it's important to share our love. Don't run yourself thin and allow yourself to nurture yourself more than others. It's not selfish. It is selfish, but it's selfish. It's less self-love because you need that energy for yourself. How else are you going to give love to others if you're constantly pouring in other people's cups and not pouring into your own? You know what I mean? And I feel like the divine has had you in this isolation period almost to get rid of the antsiness, to see people again. Not to tear you down and to make you hate people or scared of people, but to make you more wise towards people. How do you really feel compared to how do you feel when around people? And a lot of people are going to be in isolation learning this. And until you get a solid grasp, it might be isolation. Now, I'm going to say it's might because I don't want to say it's like firm, yeah, firm, I guess. I don't know. I don't want to say it's like firmed or like put in place just yet. because anything can change. But it's important to know your thoughts from someone else's before you're able to shoot back out there, because that was your problem the first time, not getting your thoughts from someone else, maybe letting someone else. I'm hearing the phrase cut in front of you in line because it doesn't bother you. And that ricochets to a bunch of other energies that are like that energy. And they all go, oh, so can I do it to you too? So everyone has to take a spin. You know what I mean? And that's what's been breaking off. That's what's been stopping or has been needing to work through. Or if you didn't know, that's what you're working through. Either way, take your steps and be gentle with yourself. But remember that it's you who got yourself this far, no one else. It doesn't matter what anyone did to you. You're the one who put yourself right here, and be proud of that because it's a lot better than being with them. You know what I mean? A lot of us escaped like life or death situations or just an extremely abusive person. It's a lot better being in this situation than it is with them. It doesn't matter about the materialistic shit. You miss the materialistic shit because you know you deserve it. Right now, it's time for you to give that love to yourself, give that energy to you, so that when the materialistic stuff comes, you're actually able to use what's on the material instead of just sitting there letting it rot like the rest of the world. You know what I mean? That's what we're working through. That's what we're doing. That's the collective mission at this time at least, is to really tuck in and see who you are without the opinions of others. Maybe you do want that 16-figure lifestyle. You know what I mean? Living in like a 32-bedroom mansion. Maybe you really desire that deep down. And it's okay because you're here to experience your wildest dreams. So if you want that, don't be ashamed. Who says you can't have money and be spiritual? That's a bunch of bullshit. Whoever is telling you that, they're not actually spiritual, first of all. That or they're just uneducated. It's one of the two. Because let me tell you, everything happens in spirit first. Your self worth is spiritual money. And that spiritual money is passed from spirit to physical in the form, where's my dollar bill? In the form of actual money. You know what I mean? That's how it is. The more you feel better about yourself, the better you feel, the more you feel like a magnet towards prosperity, the more you realize that you are the money, that you are the abundance, that without you putting in that energy, nothing would fucking happen. When you realize that and embody that, that's when you're getting the material shit. That's when you're actually able to grasp it. And yes, it's a battle. Yes, it's a battle, especially if you're posting shit online, which a lot of us do, because you're not only looking at you, but you're looking at other people's opinion. So it becomes then a battle between you and yourself. Are you going to be nosy? And this includes blocking people too. If you have someone blocked, and listen, I used to struggle with this all the time. Low key, still kind of going through that cycle and ridding it because it came back to test me. So that's just where we're at. Ending old cycles is fun once you get the hang of it and once you see it. But it's like, are you going to be nosy? You know that you block this person due to a certain energy, and you blocking them prevents it because it has no correlation. It doesn't matter who typed into chat. It doesn't matter, like, it doesn't matter what new block message pops up. You block them for a reason. Keep them that way. Don't even look at the message because that message, those words that contain those words, which are letters combined together, which are symbols, contain the energy that irritates you because it comes from that person. But anyone can say those letters, anyone can put those symbols together, but it's that spirit in that person. We're not going to say it's the flesh because that's a 3D mindset. It's the spirit inside that person that irritates you because it has the spirit of a trickster almost. You know what I mean? Where they go, "Oh, I'm not doing anything to you," but they are low key and everyone knows, but they're just trying to get you to act out and be crazy. That type of energy, that type of cycle is ending for a lot of people. So when you block these energies, keep them blocked. If they want to act all fucking weird and stick their ass out because you're present, let that happen because their energy will expose themselves. Trust me. Trust me, trust me, trust me. So a lot of you might be going through that. And if you are, you got this. Keep them blocked, stay to your business. And yes, it's hard to. It can be hard to because you'll see something, depending on what app you're using. It's like, oh, damn, what does that message say? But does it really matter? Oh, but who sent it? I don't know who sent it, but it doesn't matter. They're blocked for a reason, baby. You said you were taking a break for them for a reason. Don't unblock them because you feel bad for them. That's their fault. They did something to you that got them blocked. That is their karma. That is the action. That is the reaction, excuse me, to their action. You know what I mean? There's nothing wrong with it. So don't allow yourself to guilt trip yourself due to a past version of yourself who would have been like, oh, but I really want to help them or they deserve this. They need to help themselves first and foremost because you've done all the work you can. That horse is dehydrating. Let that shit die. Get you a new horse. Because apparently that horse don't want no water. That horse don't want no wisdom, nothing. No nurturing, nothing. Just let it dehydrate. Deflate it like a balloon and get someone else. Get a new horse. Because God will bring you one. Trust me. I love coconut water, I swear. No, but it's so that's a big lesson that's going on. And being again, going back to being careful who you tell about your blessings, because even though, and this is like a big thing that people aren't just now catching on to, which is very beautiful, but something that's being talked about a lot more is monitoring spirits attaching themselves to normal people. That happens. Whenever someone looks you up and down and like looks like they're pocket checking you or like look checking you out, that's because there's some sort of monitoring energy on them. There's no need for that. It comes off as jealousy and envy, sometimes even curiosity can lead to that. So just being aware, that's why you don't want to tell anyone anything. That's just simple hoodoo though. You tell anyone anything, they can send an evil eye by the slightest amount of doubt, subconsciously or consciously, doesn't even matter. That's just hoodoo in a hole though. So y'all know about that. But it's important. It's so important to keep this whatever's coming to you to yourself. I can't even tell you what it is. Because it's one of those things where you're getting signs. You're seeing video titles. You're feeling the energy. You're seeing things slowly start to creep in. And those are to show you, hey, we're still working. Keep going forward. You know what I mean? Like we can't show you the full thing yet. The table's not ready, but because you've been good and just sitting there waiting for the rest of the family to get there, soul family, you know what I mean? We'll throw you some food. We'll throw you some like, here's a taste of it, just to get you past. You know what I mean? We haven't forgot about you. We just can't give you everything you desire at this moment. Because if we started doing that, you would go back down a past cycle where you would over splurge or overindulge in it and then not have enough for when time is right. So we need you to stay put and to stay resting, especially because Pluto went direct. Yay, that's fun. It's all about you and your shadow. And it's less your shadow and more what you used to do in the past. People you used to hang around in the past, places you used to go, foods you used to eat, just things that you used to do in the shadow that no longer resonate or vibrate at your new frequency that are being exposed to you. It's like the garbage is taking itself out because immediately since you're at this higher vibration and your vibration's raising, especially if you feel drained right now, that's the reason why is because you're literally being morphed DNA wise, internal wise, flesh wise, cell wise, all the way down to like a microscopic level, changing, metamorphosizing, dying, and rebirthing an infinite amount of times. Timeline merging, timeline splurging, um, removing timelines, clearing timelines, banishing energies from past timelines to come into the present timeline. You're doing a lot, especially you astral warriors. Um, you astral warriors are doing a lot. Um, so hats off to y'all, cause I know what y'all be doing. I might not be having a lot of astral dreams, but I'm always up to date. What I'll tell you right now, and I'll tell you for this for anyone that's wanting to start up like some sort of spiritual channel, you you are a lot more tapped into your collective than you think. When you start meeting your soul tribe, you'll have dreams of them and they'll have dreams of you. In days that you don't remember your dreams are is because they're dreaming of you and you're in their dream, in spirit helping their dream out. When you're having these weird dreams where you're fighting and like decapitating demons and shit, you know what I mean? That's because you're in other people's dreams slaying them, or you're in your past, or you're in different paradigms, literally closing those energies out. A lot of you might be fighting Lilith, the dark Lilith. Not now. When I say dark, I mean the distorted Lilith. You know what I mean? The agitated Lilith energy, rather than the independent, strong, feminine Lilith energy. You know what I mean? You might be fighting and converting at this time, especially if you have online businesses, getting rid of jealousy, um people ignoring you, maybe even if you're starting something on a new platform, there's the word, on something on a new platform, you might be getting not backlash, but the similar energies trying to creep in to get you to enact the warfare first so they have a reason to snap back, you know what I mean? So just being very aware, all these things are going on, and you're most likely feeling every bit of it because welcome, empaths. And if you are, please take rest. It's very hard. It's so hard to deal with yourself while dealing with other people's emotions. You have to learn how to ground. You have to learn how to control your own energy and differ and know the difference between yours and someone else's. That's again what this isolation is to teach you. This isolation is not a punishment, or it's not to make you depressed and sad, but it's to show you what peace is. And a lot of people aren't used to peace because you've had chaos for so long. So peace and patience are like a huge priority before moving into the next years. And it's not to say you haven't been patient, but it's more of not wanting immediate results, or patience with yourself. Maybe things are moving so fast around you that you just have to step back. Be patient with yourself before you step back in the storm. There's a lot going on like that where you're just kind of relearning who you are. We're gonna pull a few cards and see what wants to fly out, what wants to come out as well. Well, there's two cards that didn't want to come out, which are the Five of Pentacles and the Nine of Cups, which is interesting. So it is. It's almost like, oh yeah. So yeah. So this is going back to the same energy that we had for the members. A lot of people are getting the taste of their own medicine, and I usually don't talk about other people. You know that, but it is a lot of people getting the taste of their own medicine. A lot of people might be coming back to you. You might have people trying to apologize to you. That might be some block messages. You do what you want to do. You might have people come up to you in person and talk to you. And let me tell you, don't say no out of fear. Okay, let me explain to you why. When you hear these messages, even if you don't resonate with it, don't say no out of fear. Because when you say no out of fear, that's putting a powerful energy into it. And it goes, oh, are you sure you don't want this? Because you're putting a lot of energy towards it. And no matter how many times you scream, no, 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 that makes it inch closer and closer to you. That's why you manifest things that aren't the best for you. That's why you manifest past cycles because, well, you keep putting energy to go back into it. Whether on a conscious or subconscious level, whenever you heal and grow past a situation, it will come back to see how much you've grown from it, and at that point is when you're free. Um, but a lot of people are getting a taste of their own medicine, and so are you. You're getting a taste of your own medicine too. You're getting your love. My crown is vibrating like crazy on that one. You're gonna be getting your love back. You're gonna be getting the peace, the comfort, the support that you have so gracefully given others, despite how they used it. It's all coming back to you because it's you, and you've called back your energy so many fucking times over how long? It's gonna come back to you. It might not all come back in one big bundle, but it is going to come back. I heard in rapid succession, though. There's something about you being very stagnated for so long. Poverty mindset that's kept you there, that you're leaving. Your loyalty. Yeah. Maybe some of you are were struggling with feeling like you needed to be poor and broke for the divine to love you. Absolutely fucking not. Whoever told you that, baby, they just want you stuck like them. I'm gonna be real with you. People gotta get this new inner like, cause I don't know, man. It's just so important to switch to really understand that everything is only existing because of divine. Everything exists because of love. So you have to love it. And it's not like you have to, like, oh, if you don't, you're going to be in trouble. But if you don't love it, then you're restricting yourself from strong energy, from who you are authentic. Who are you? Who you're restricting your authenticity. There we go, Jesus Christ, which is the most powerful vibration. People like to say love is, and I'll talk about this all the time, but it's authenticity because we being here, our authentic energy is love. So you can use a loophole and say love is the strongest vibration, but you can fake giving love to people. You can't fake being authentic. So love is not the strongest force. If you can fake it, it's not the strongest. If it's real, it's the strongest. And what does real mean? Re God, re A L, both mean God. ALE are interchangeable for God. That's why you see Michael's both AL and EL. They both mean of God. A reoccurrence of God. You know what I mean? So understand that. It's important to, because though you might understand it, when the laws come down, when the universal laws are there, and you are not being as authentic with your love as you should be, you're not going to receive what you believe you've put in because it's not fully you. We got to be honest with ourselves, okay? That's like the number one thing. But understand that because that saves you a lot. That's why manifestations don't work because maybe your authentic self is this rich boozy person that really runs around with the fanciest of cars, but you have had a distaste for that, so you can't be authentic. But you say you still want that lifestyle and love it, but you have all these cords attached to it, like, oh, but I don't want to be like them. Well, that puts a condition on it. Because if you don't want to be like them, well, then you also don't want their material things. You know what I mean? Words have power, and we're not taught how to use words. That's why I try to teach all the real meanings of words and etymology, and why I speak so highly of it, because those words that we use are not interchangeable. They were made for a reason. Everything on this God green earth has a purpose and a reason and the truth behind it. And you can either listen to some opinion that has been perverted, diluted, and distorted over eons and eons of slavery and bastardization of so many things, or you could go back to the original source and find the truth. That is what I want people to do. And it's, it'd be free will, always free will, but just keep in mind that your free will to not do that contributes to your free will of not experiencing everything fully. Your beliefs change a lot, and we're here to change. Stagnancy, though, and I mean, look, justice is on the bottom. I'm telling you. But anyway, stagnancy is not freedom. Stagnancy is hellish. When things become too comfortable, they start to fall apart. You know what I mean? You stop caring as much. You assume it's always going to be there. And with the law of assumptions, is yeah, it's always going to be there. But now that you're assuming that's always going to be there, what are you doing on the physical to back up that assumption? Well, not much. So those are going to start disappearing, and that's why it's important. And that's also is why if you experience divots and shit, that's why things kind of fluctuate up and down a lot for you because you yourself fluctuate a lot. But we have Justice, the Tower, and then the Ten of Cups with the Lovers. So yeah, this is like a this yeah. this does feel like a stagnancy on like relationships, whether that be a personal relationship, a romantic relationship, a friendship, however, there is justice coming from feeling blocked from that. Maybe you just haven't met the right people, or you need someone to actually help you with transportation or something. Those people are coming. It's about you opening up your arms and being trustworthy for the people that God sends you. You know what I mean? Being more aware of who you are and your energy, and being less ashamed of who you are, being more open and being more free. The more closed your heart chakra is, the less honest you can be with people, the more you'll feel like you have to hide your true self, the more distrust you have. So work on that heart chakra, really, I'm telling you, because that shit's gonna it changes so much. uh so let's see, spirit, what's going on? We'll get three. We'll get two cards. We'll do a little two card pull, and we'll see what where it leads us. Okay. Four of Wands. I'm telling you, there's like a harmony coming, an engagement. You're gonna start being engaged a lot more. And I feel like a lot of people are gonna be more engaged with you. There's something about a lot of people who have watched you work. And I'm gonna be real. There's a lot of people that count you out or think that you don't know something, but then they go around asking other people shit. You know what I mean? Yeah, I know you know what I mean. You got those people that go around and ask like, "Oh my God, do you know how to do this?" And you're like, "Yeah, I know how to do this." And they go, "Okay, cool." And they don't like talk to you. It's because they know you know more than them. They want to find someone dumb. They want to find someone stupider than them. And that's exactly what their energy says. Trust me, I know it firsthand. They want to find someone who's ignorant, arrogant, and just as bullheaded as they want the person that they find to be, so that they have a reason to almost combat, or to, well, I don't feel like I should do this, or like, you know what I mean? Like ask for advice and then just not take it, rather than like accepting criticism and just letting it slide by, and even if it isn't agreeing, trying to look for a silver lining, because there always is a silver lining. There always is. You just really have to be aware enough to look for it. But there's a lot of people that see you and see your work, and they're just not wanting advice from you. They don't want to succeed. They don't want a good life. They want to be miserable. They just want someone else who's as miserable as them to pop around, so that they don't feel as bad whenever their plans fucking fall through because they can't depend on themselves. And I hate saying it. I don't hate saying it like that, because that's the fucking truth. That is full blown the truth of these people. They hate you because you're successful, because you don't give up, because you are that businessman woman that's 10 times smarter than these fucking fools out here. But yet they're afraid to ask you for advice, even though they know that you could just and change their life in a minute. And oh boy, they want that life too. They do. Part of it's God keeping it away from them, though. God don't want these people near you, because God knows that these people are going to be the same ones to ruin your energy, making you feel like, oh well, I guess I don't give good advice because it didn't help them. It didn't help them because they didn't help themselves. You had that lead on that horse, drug it all the way to water. You drank the water and everything, said, yeah, it's good. And that horse looked at you upside the fucking head like, I'm not going to drink that. It's around sand. I can't drink it. Like, bitch, okay, then dehydrate. I drank the sand water. I'm fucking fine. And then you got to go off and find you a whole ass, beautiful, what are they called? Like, though, not a mirage, but it's the actual like water pits, like the waterfall and everything that you can find in deserts and shit. I forgot what it's called, but you're stumbling upon like mystical land basically, and everyone knows this. And that's the thing, because you've literally trusted the divine. Who have you had around you to help you? No one, except them and this dude and that dude and you. You know what I mean? The whole body of you, me, myself, and I, and the divine. All of them. You had them. No one else. No man, no woman, no child, no dog, cat, bird, whatever came to your rescue. It was you and the divine. And that's why these people can't come with you. Oh, I'm using you again. Oh, I didn't help you with this one thing, so I still feel ashamed of it. Good. Not good, but heal from it. Because it's good because you know. You're aware of your actions. Awesome. But you can go past it now. You've healed from it. You don't hold a grudge. I don't hold a grudge. Suzanne next door don't hold a grudge. No one gives a fuck except for you. You know what I mean? And these are the types of energies that sit around and watch you and then have the audacity to like complain that no one's there. Bitch, you got the number one person in the world next to you and they just ignore it. So let them, always. Let them overlook you. Because it's not the fact that they know the divine, it's not the fact that they can see the divine, it's the fact that they're scared of the divine. Because they don't feel worthy. Despite how much effort and love you put into these people to make them feel worthy, they're never going to. Some people just are not meant to go to New Earth. And if you all know about what's going to happen with New Earth, y'all thought Hurricane Helena was bad, but baby, we're talking all over the place with that shit. We're talking about literally timeline jumping to a new Earth and it being like devastation on one and beauty on the other. Genuinely. Where do you think those of Atlantis went when shit came down? And the civilizations before then. It's the same thing happening, guys. We're just being prepared all over again. Just I need you guys to understand that because it's going to happen. And you just have to sit with it and really realize that you did your job. Just as in Atlantis with the Egyptian gods and goddesses trying to help people learn the language of gods, learn how to use magic and the tools in their mind and mathematics and language. And instead of it being used well, it was turned into chaos. Now that chaos is being turned back into good, and we're free to leave. With the free will that we have created, the new free will that we have created with the collective energy, we're no longer slaves to the system. We understand where we fall and where we rise. And if they don't make it to New Earth, that's on them. That's why I've been pushing so hard for us to heal. If you haven't noticed, Purple Mountain happened 2 days ago. If you guys don't know about Purple Mountain, do your research, please. These are things I'm not going to talk to you one on one about. These are things I implore you to do research on. Um, Looking up spiritual meanings, going deep within the Bible and really seeing stuff as it is. Talking with the divine, like as like writing a petition to the divine on paper, literally if you have to start getting signs for what you need to see and stuff because they're wanting to elevate you and show you what you have to do, meditations and all, healings, whatever it needs, like the divine's getting people ready because everyone's being called. Everyone sees this bullshit. There's the NPCs that are stuck to this matrix that are never going to see anything. And that's just how it is. But everyone's getting the call, and it's the call to healing. So be aware of that and really just do your best. Because here's the thing the healing journey is never over. But on New Earth, the way it's talked about is negativity is not a thing, pessimism is not a thing. It is only, yeah, you can do that. I got you. It's, it's, hey, be careful. You can do that, but just be careful, you know? Looking out for people, not saying, oh, you can't do that. Just being careful. That's what's going on right now. You got to be careful with yourself. And the clarifier is the Two of Wands reverse. That's why things aren't moving right now. People are watching you move and work and do so much. In the two of wands, they're watching you move forward. I was gonna put it in reverse, but I'm doing a two card. I might do a four card, but just like two piles of two cards. So the crossing is never up or down. It's always just so from the four of wands to two of wands, people just see you moving forward. It's really people look at you. A lot of people don't like you because you make them self-conscious too, subconsciously, not even trying to be. People are just intimidated by you because they know you've gone through a lot. Even if you don't look like it, they know you've gone through a lot, but you're just so much happier. And that's not even to like compare, but you have to understand there's nothing wrong with you. You have been a ball of light since birth. Everyone has been. But we've been beaten and bruised so much. You just got to let loose again. And that's a message directly to me too, because it was funny. This morning I seen a video on Instagram. It was like it was a video saying you need to let loose and just dance and act silly. And I just had so many flashbacks of like Zumba classes and shit I do with my mom. I used to do Zumba with my mom all the time, dude. It was crazy. And I enjoyed it so much. I enjoyed dancing and stuff. And it's like it's something that really hit home. It's like I really do got to loosen up. Like what is stopping me from doing that? Even in isolation, I still it's like what's stopping me? I'm stopping me. Same thing as you stopping you. And that's how you have to look at it in this isolation period. You're in this bubble, this golden shield around you where no one can touch you. The divine isn't even letting anyone in is how it's coming through. But if you ponder on it, then that's going to be stuck within the bubble. So it's really up to you to break this. So, what advice do we have to break this spirit? How can we help break this? The Eight of Pentacles. To get to work, baby. Start working on stuff. Start putting in effort. Start dancing. Start exercising a little bit. Just doing small shit a day. Because it's like you tell yourself you're going to do something, but just don't. Or you feel like doing something and you just don't. But regardless, you put in so much spiritual work. And the divine wants you to know if you could just start putting that a little bit of that effort on the physical, shit would go crazy. But you're in this period of rest, right? So it's teaching you your limits. If I'm resting, what can I do that's not pushing me? Understanding that, oh, I said I was going to do these things. Don't rush them. Take your time with them. Not everything has to be done. I can't even step in anymore. Me snapping on that one. My hands are sweaty as fuck. I'm telling you. But it's not even like doing it as fast or doing it immediately to get rid of it. It's resting and then doing it, saving your energy and then doing it. Don't put other people in front of you. You know, you're important, especially people come to you. Put yourself first. You have to. You have to. It's not a mean thing because if you're not there for yourself, bitch, you're not going to be there for anyone else either. You have to do that work. That's why it takes randomly, like, I just won't upload some days. It's because I'm really doing that work, that internal work. I'm relaxing, I'm resting. I have to do these things because it's like, if I'm not up to shape, y'all aren't going to be up to shape. And it's not saying that my energy itself is going to bring y'all down, but if my energy's low, I don't need you guys picking up on it. You know what I mean? I don't need you all using a concern for a low energy. Not saying it's bad because it's appreciated, but I shouldn't have shown up to work if I was gonna do that. You know what I mean? So it's the accountability. It's being like, yeah, I do need a rest. Yeah, I am overworking. You know what I mean? That's why for a while, not the classes, because the classes were meant to be short, but the certain readings I had, they were like 25 minutes or something like that. I was exhausted as fuck. And I wasn't able to give you all I was able to give you all the message, but I wasn't able to portray the energy that was necessary. You know what I mean? Because it's a lot of work. And especially if you are a reader or doing any sort of energy work, you know how difficult it is. Because you're not only receiving that energy, but you're immediately outputting it and receiving more. And then you also receive extra. If you consciously understand what you're saying, you receive more of the energy, especially if it fucking clicks with you. Sometimes you go through Kundalini awakenings through readings and shit. It's a whole thing because the energy never stops. We got the magician though after the Eight of Pentacles, which is telling me heavily you have everything right now. You have everything that you need manifested. I heard that spell worked. If you've been doing spell work to benefit you, it's working. Money spells, protection spells, whatever. I don't care if you do spell work or not. Please don't put that in the comments. It doesn't matter. You do spell work. If you pray, it's spell work. Understand that. Just get real with it. You know what I mean? Quit being so it's weirded out about your own powers because that's why it's not working. You're holding yourself back. Trust me, it's how it works. You can continue doing it one way, but I'm telling you right now, it's the truth. Um, but you have everything you need at this moment to manifest what you need. And in fact, your manifestations are already here. You're just needing to move on the physical to have them, which is the beautiful part. Yeah, with the Page of Swords. So really get it's like you killed this past version of yourself and it's like you're checking up on it. Like, you good still? Like, do you are we gonna move on or are we gonna stay stagnant? You know what I mean? That's like you're checking up on your past self, on this self you no longer resonate with, and it's like, is there anything you need to tell me before we move on? Because we gotta get this stuff out. You know what I mean? And that's why some people from the past may be coming back. And if they are, don't panic and don't scream and flip out. Don't hold the same energy to them because that puts you back in that energy to get attacked, and then you're gonna go, oh, but they were attacking me. Well, why did you enter the energy in such a way? Stay authentic with who you are. Stay in the energy of love. You don't like the flesh. You don't like the spirit that's inside of them, but you miss the flesh. Otherwise, the flesh would not be in front of you, or you miss the spirit because the spirit wouldn't be there in front of you. You know what I mean? Every word is neutral because it has its own meaning. It's a neutral on the spectrum, but yourself, the man, the mind, will determine if it's pessimistic or optimistic or positive or negative, however you wish to say. Can we get one more card? I'm going to get one more card just for the middle. The Eight of Swords. Yeah, that's kind of why you've been locked in this cage. And it's also like, I feel like there's just a lot of energy waiting for you to come out. Like, there's a lot of people waiting for you. And it's not that you're slacking behind, they're waiting on you because they're doing something right now. There's something going on in their world that is causing them to wait on a new energy to come in, and you are that new energy, which is beautiful. But that's what's been going on in the energy. Let's get one last card, the Voice of Souls. Let's see what's going on in here. Wow, well, really focus on any sort of repressed emotions. That's what you're being guided to do, is just look at the repressed emotions. If a past memory comes up, don't immediately shush it away. See what it has to show you and really talk yourself through it. Allow yourself to grow from it. Once you heal from it, then it's time to grow. You have to keep moving after even while you heal, you have to keep moving. It's the way. It's important to rest, of course, but never stop moving because the energy will never stop moving. So you shouldn't either. All right. I'm gonna shuffle three more times. We're gonna get one card. Well, I'm gonna shuffle again because y'all are tossing the cards everywhere, and I don't want to do that. Communication. Expect something. So expect some communication. We got communication, love, and happiness. I'm telling you, man, it don't get better than this. We got communication, We got love. We got happiness. That shit's coming back, baby. Tenfold. The communication of love, whether that's romantic, platonic, self, just people being nice to you, receiving gifts, however. And that's the message, though. Um, I love you all so much. To the moon and back tenfold and forever. If you need any bracelets, hit up Otter Spirit. We're partnered with them over here. And use code Subliminal20 for 20% off. Intentional bracelets, earrings, pearls, whatever, necklaces. They got it all basically. If you want a reading or any other service that I offer, books, whatever, psychum healing, how whatever, it's in the description. You can email me or use the order form. Regardless, thank you all so much for being here. I love each and every one of you to the moon and back, tenfold and forever. Thank you all so much for all the support, all the likes, subscribes, comments, shares. My brain died for a minute, excuse me. Donations, whether they are energetic or financial, I appreciate them all wholly and fully, tenfold and forever. But I love each and every one of you to the moon, tenfold. Oh my goodness. I love each and every one of you to the moon, tenfold and forever. And I will see you later. Take care.